my basic tendency is to write. Whatever I see, whatever I hear, I want to write it. But at that time, immediately after marriage or during my student days, I never had any guidance how to write and what to write and how to send it for publishing. I knew nothing about it. So I never had any guidance. But there were a lot of feelings, emotions, and imagination coming to my mind. So what I decided, I took about I think 1 year or 2 year, I don't know. There was only one plot in my mind, nothing else. Only one plot. There were no plots also. Thought about it. I thought about it, and I developed into a story, and it took years together. And
your first story, this
that was
Nanu
Aparadi.
What is it actually about?
It is actually about death of a woman. I don't know for what reason she died.
Yeah.
And one fellow, I have forgotten the even facts and narration also. And only that person finally thinks Nanu Aparadiye. Am I responsible for her death? Only I remember so. Such thing I don't remember the entire story. I went along with my father to Bangalore to his friend's home at Jayanagar area. And when my father and his friend, they were having some discussion, I went roaming around to explore what is Jayanagar is. And when I was passing in the roads of Jayanagar, I saw a name plate by name. I have forgot. I will remember and tell you. He was the editor of Prajamata. I knew very well because I was a reader of Prajamata. So I thought this is a good opportunity, and just I went inside, I knocked the door and went inside and introduced myself to him. And he said, I write stories. He is a seasoned editor, he was. And he smiled back to me and he said, okay, what you write? He asked me. I said, I have written a story. And then he said, and I want it to be published in Prajamata only. And he said, okay, you send it to me. I was so happy, and I asked him, give me the address. He said, you will get it in Prajamata. I said, I can't find it. Please give me the address.
Bangalore Jayanagar only.
Bangalore Jayanagar only.
What was your father doing that?
He was a senior health inspector. And then he furnished me the address.
What's his name?
Whose name? S.A. Rahman. Rahman. R-A-H-M-O-N. Rahman. R-A-H-M-O-N.
Rahman. Okay. And you people were at that time residing at Bangalore only?
No. We were residing at Belur.
Belur. Oh.
It is Hassan district.
So it was just a casual visit?
It was a casual visit. And immediately I came home, I returned to Belur. I made a neat copy of the story and posted it to him. And I waited.
Just like publishing
and
stories
it never published. Never got published.
Okay.
And I said, okay, I was so disgusted. And there was no other story to write also. That was the only one and the dearest story I had. And
at that time you were of what age?
At about 24.
1974.
74. I sent it during 1973.
Oh.
Till 1 year it was not published. And I never received
now you are 76, right?
77 last. This April 3rd, I attained 77. Further, I got married. He was my senior in college. He was our distant relative also. We used to meet a lot of times. Because he was our relative. His aunt, mother's sister, got married to my father's brother, younger brother. She was my aunt and as well as his aunt, her maternal aunt, and she was my paternal aunt, like that. my father's brother, my uncle got married to his aunt. So that way we were distant relatives.
His name is?
Mushtaq Mahiuddin. After 1 month of our marriage, I had gone to my maternal home Belur along with my husband, and he went outside, and always he used to purchase magazines for me, magazines and books for me. Even prior to marriage also, he used to gift me some books. That was his habit. So he went to buy some magazines, and he saw my story was published in it. And
Same Prajamata.
Prajamata. In Prajamata, he was so happy. He purchased many more copies of Prajamata, and he came running to me excited and said, Banu, your story is published. Earlier also, he liked me because of my activities. I was a class leader. I participated in debates and used to get all the prizes, and I used to read everything. That's why he liked me. And he was so happy that my book got published. I mean, a story.
Before you becoming Banu Musthaq, what was your real name?
My real name was SK Banu. SK expansion is Sayyeda Khushtara. Khushthara. Khushtara Banu. That was my original name. But when I was admitted to Kannada school, my classmates, they used to make fun of me. They could not pronounce that Khushtara.
Okay.
They could not pronounce it, and they used to say Kushtara, Kushti, all those things. Sayyeda is our family name. Sayyed family. Khushtara is, Khushtara means always happy. Khush. Always happy. Banu. Banu is also in our family. All the women folk, we have got Banu name. But when my friends started distorting my name, I used to come and cry and weep with my father and please give me a good name. Then he did was Sayyeda Khushtara. He made it into my initial, and predominantly he mentioned Banu, SK Banu. Then it was easy for them to pronounce, and that's why I named all my family members, whether it is a male child or a girl child, very easily pronounceable names. Like my daughters are Sabina, Lubna, and Aisha.
Yeah, after that story get published, you were actually into writing seriously than before?
No.
No.
No, I couldn't write anything because I was already married.
Okay.
And I was to stay in my in-laws' home.
Okay.
And they were never happy about these activities. And that is why our marriage delayed for 7 years, because I am an educated and working woman. That's why it was delayed.
Okay.
And immediately after my graduation, I was just looking for wanted column, and there was publication, paper publication, which invited applications for the job of announcer at Bangalore station, All India Radio.
Okay.
And I applied for the job. 1970.
Before your marriage?
Yes.
Okay.
Before, all this happened before my marriage only. Okay. After marriage, only depression and quarrels. Everything is somewhat autobiographical. Almost all the stories are. It is experience. It is my experience. That was quite a different atmosphere and environment, where his family was affluent. They were into business, and there were maids to help us, and there was a cook also, and I had about 8 sisters-in-law.
These are all happening at Belur only or at his house?
At his house, at Hassan. Hassan is his home place. Even my native place is also Hassan. Only at Belur, my father was transferred there. And so it is his third generation, and I am also a third generation on him, which he couldn't avoid. And he was the eldest son of the family. And there will be in joint families, lot of burden would be on the eldest son, you know. That's why. So I somehow, as per my promise, I resigned. I had promised him earlier to marriage, 18 days. So March 12th we were married, and June 1st I had to return report for duty. I reported and resigned because their headmaster told me, and some of my relatives advised
It's
me.
here in Hassan only.
Which?
That school.
No,
Day
that
school.
is in Belgodo. Belgodo, it is about 20 kilometers from Hassan. Some of almost all my maternal side relatives were government.
It's a day school.
Yeah, day school from 10:30 to 5:30. High school. Some of my relatives advised me
Okay.
to apply for leave so that some favorable circumstances would occur, and don't resign for your job. It is not advisable. They all told me. Wait for some time. Something may turn up. They advised me. But when I went on June 1st and I wanted to report for duty, the headmaster, he was a very noble person by name S. Nanjappa. He told me, see, now I was a science teacher. I am a BSc graduate and I was a science teacher. And he told me, see, there are a lot of students who are going to appear for 10th examination. I know you have got every right to go on indefinite leave, but if you go like that, here is no teacher to teach them science subjects, and for your future, if you are trying to spoil and play with the future of these about 50 or 60 students, you are answerable, he told me. Then I understood the seriousness. Otherwise, I went there only to apply for indefinite leave. When he said, I took spot decision there and then itself, and I asked him a sheet of paper and then the result for the job. Even I thought then there came some crucial moments for me further after 2 years where I was very much, I felt sorry because why I did resign. Then to earn for my family, I did tailoring work also, job work, because I am very good tailor. I can stitch beautiful clothes, and I can do a wonderful embroidery also. I learnt it during my maiden days, and I stitched very beautiful clothes for my children also. That's why I wanted a girl child also, because I wanted to stitch clothes for her and decorate her. That's why. After resignation, I was wild. I said some nasty things to my husband. While coming, he took me on motorbike. While coming, I started crying, and unstoppable crying was there, and I accused him. I said some foul things. I said some nasty things. I alleged him and did all nonsense to him. He was very cooperative, and he said, no, don't get angry. We have got our lifetime of period. Let us see what will happen.
He's much of a silent
Yes,
husband
yes,
of
yes,
like these
yes,
stories.
yes. He's very calm, and he don't get flared up like me. And he's a very silent and very sensible fellow. That's why he could tolerate me. And I am emotional, whereas he's very cool. And when we see something, some incident or something, I don't forget it. It starts haunting me. Whereas he says, why do you take it to your heart? It is none of our business. You don't think about it, he says, but I couldn't forget. That's why these stories are written. He will forget it very easily. If somebody even, say something on his face, he says, "Acha ja maaf kiya tujhe, you go. I don't say anything to him. I don't retort to you. He is such a calm person, whereas I am not."
The portrayal of the rest of the man from your community, uh, the what tinge which you are giving to the other men is entirely different.
Different from his
Yeah.
from his character.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Might be he might be in my mind. I think so. Might be. Uh, so we stayed there in my in-laws' home for about 3 years. The first child, Samina, was born to me. When she was about 3 months old, I was trying very hard to go out either to earn or for further studies or some such thing I wanted, some activities um, out of our four walls, but which he could not provide me. He could not provide me.
At that
Uh,
time also he's running a spec shop only.
yeah, it was a family business. He had there are five children and four. He's followed by four younger brothers. All of them they were into business,
The same
optical shop,
business.
same shop and same business. But he did tried a lot to provide me some intellectual outlet. There is a one great author of Hassan, but he is well known in Karnataka as Gururu Ramaswamy Iyengar. Uh, he was a veteran writer, and one of his story, Bhutayana Maga Ayu, has been made into a film, and it has won many awards, everything. He was a highly reputed person at that time. He is no more now. Yeah. It was when he was in business in the shop, my husband. It seems Guru Ram Semangar came to purchase a spectacle, and my husband knew him, and he gave spectacle to him. He did the business. Further, he asked him, can you come over to my home? There is one my wife who will be very happy to see you. And he brought Guru Ram Sabengar to our home, and I had interaction with him, and I just gave him some milk and plantains, everything, and he talked to me. He said, you start writing, it will do good to him, it is an outlet to you. He advised me so many things, but I could write nothing, because for writing you need some experiences and some thoughts, and particular way of thought process should be there. You should know what to write and how to write and what is your purpose, what do you want to say by writing that. Anything, by poem or short story or no, anything. By writing that, you want to say something. You want to share something. What is that? That will be the main central idea. At that time, I had nothing. Nothing in my mind. Except once I wanted to write and I wrote. That too with efforts. I think I might have taken 1 year or 2 years, I don't know, to write that story, first story of mine. And when it was published, I thought that I am empty. All my treasure has been looted because I had nothing, no, nothing remained with me. So Guru Ram Savengar came, and that day I was very happy, and my husband sensed it, and then he said one thing: I will take you to a library. Whatever books, he tried his level best to, please me. I never demanded any sari or any jewelry or any such things. I just wanted some intellectual equipment to be addressed to me. As I said, my entire brain is rotting, and I don't know what it. So he took me to the central government library, which is nearby to our home, and for that he used to come at, because 8:30 only it closes. He used to come rushing from a shop at 7, and by back door he used to take me to the library. I returned the books that I have read, and I used to take some new books, and that would be done within half an hour, and once again he would leave me at home and he will go to his business. Further, my so I was so avaricious reader. He could not satisfy my hunger of reading. There was one Almira, abandoned Almira. It was a big house there. And I went there and I saw it was the collection of sometime my brother-in-law has read the Perry Mason stories. All of them, they were stored there. So it was a treasure for me. I used to read them also, but I never get any outlet. So after the birth of my child, 3 months after it, I developed a quarrel with him. He was not a person who would quarrel with me, but I developed intentionally a quarrel with me, and I start abusing him and making all sorts of allegations against him. And then what I did was, um, I think it might be postpartum depression also, what they say after delivery. Normally, women folk will get like that. But mine was different because I am tough also. But when I was, I mean, it was um, uh, to be within four walls and having no outlet, it made me wild. That is the thing. And I said, you have spoiled my life. I alleged anything, you have spoiled my life, you did this, you did. And he said, no, I have not done anything. He was convincing me. Then a wild idea came to my mind. They were having a, I mean, sales and service of opticals as well as clocks and watches business. And for clocks, they undertake, I mean, repair sets service, and they used to get lot of white petrol, which was very expensive for cleaning purpose. They used to bring white petrol. They whatever is required daily or two days once, they would take that white petrol to the shop. But majority of it, they would used to store it at home in some place. So what I did was, I knew about it. I went there. He was unaware what I am doing. He was looking after the baby. In the midnight, I went somewhere and I took the can of white petrol and poured everything on me. And there was a matchbox in my hand. I just wanted to ignite myself, and then he sensed it. Then he sensed when the smell of white petrol came to him, he was alert, and once immediately he ran to me and he said, what are you doing? He hugged me and he never left me any movement, and said, what are you doing? What are you doing? And there was a matchbox in my hand. He took it by force, and then he took the baby and he put it on my feet, and he begged, and he was so careful that it should not reach to the other people in the home, because it is a joint family and he has to look after that thing also, took care of the, and he requested me, see, this is your baby, you don't abandon this baby. And he started pleading, and afterwards, after some time, I calmed down, and I understood what I was doing, I was going to do, I was about to commit. It was a very horrible thing, because I had very loving parents, I had very loving siblings, and husband, he also cared for me, he respected me, but he was, I think, he was unable to help me in whatever way I wanted it. So then I realized, and I took the baby in my hands, and then he made arrangements for me to take bath, everything, and afterwards we did, and he wept like anything and said, don't leave me alone, I cannot live without you. And somehow I realized I did a wrong thing, and now then I came to know. So afterwards, whenever a woman comes to me, even now, highly dejected, and there are no hopes for her, I can understand her. That situation made me to understand her. Normally, I can dismiss her, whatever issues she is facing. Oh, there is nothing you can, because I am comfortable now. I could easily dismiss, but I don't do that. I understand her. She is having problem, and that problem is greatest for her, and I realized that I should address that issue that made me realize things. Though it was a very bitter experience, somehow I was saved, and that gave me a different approach to the issues of women.
Well, you have some certain life hacks also. That Gobi Manchurian story. You
Yes.
just Google it and find out the solution. I just read that story and I am thinking like if it is written now, the first thing we'll do is Google that thing recipe
Yes.
and find out a solution for that.
Yes.
Even for that Samsung water for that stout thing, you have solutions for everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's your advocate brain or as a
No, I am like that. I am like that. I if see I will just it is out of context. I tell you, my friend brought a girl to me. She is a Brahmin. Then you take your own decision. But 1 week you should be with me. I told her, and she agreed. Next day she came. I was here and she was sitting by my side, and so many women came. And a woman came. She said her facial skin was peeling off like this. It was dropping like this. She said, "See, my husband is a lorry driver. My baby was choking due to wheezing. So immediately I took that baby to the doctor. At that time he returned after 1 week of his work and he didn't find me at home. So he suspects my character, and I was cooking something in the cooker, and he threw all that content into my face, she told. And it was dropping like this. I didn't tell her anything. I just noted down the content, and I filed a complaint, and further police came and investigation and everything. That was one thing. Yes, 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 yes. That too, that too. I don't get all the relief through court only. But when we are dealing with human beings, there are some natural tendencies with these people also. We can convince them. We can get relief from them also. So that's why after 4 days, the same thing, so many things appeared in the course of our hours. She said, "Ma'am, I will go to examination." After witnessing all these realities of life, she said, "Ma'am, marriage, everything is different thing, but I want to complete my studies. Please allow me to go and study. I will study and I will." And all our people, they were, started to find this girl. She wanted to take up and continue her studies. She continued her studies and she married some other boy, and now she is in US. That is a different thing. But that time, in the adolescent stage, they stick on to some emotions, and they will spoil their life. No, that's where I step into and say, I never told her anything to be with me for a week. That's all. I don't know how I get these types of weird ideas, but they help.
Now, as a journalist, you have a stint with Yangesh Patrika, right?
Yes.
Okay.
After, after 3 years of I was with in-laws, and afterwards my mother-in-law said, "You can go and live wherever you like," and we came to my parents' home. That is nearby, and we stayed there. So after returning to my parents' maternal home, I used to go to library on my own, and at that time, during 74 was my marriage, and I had one daughter and another daughter. And after about 76, 80s, during 80s, there were a lot of movements, social movements that were active in Karnataka.
Yeah.
It was the Dalit movement,
Yeah.
and Kisan movement, and a language movement. Gokak report was announced, and language movement, feminist movement, and theatre activism also was high. And there was a literary movement called as Bandaya. All these things unified. It was a very healthy demands these people were having. They wanted that caste should be abolished. They want hierarchies of caste should end. Hierarchies of caste and class that should end, and they were demanding so many things. I got involved with them in all the movements, particularly because it's in the Hassan headquarters. It was highly active because so many secretaries of these movements were from Hassan. When I joined hands with them, then I came to know about the social structure, about the constitutional guarantees, and about the plight of the downtrodden and marginalized sections and their demands. Everything I started to study not as a curriculum but through experience. I was with them, and it gave me a lot of exposure. And at the same time,
At that time, you were established as a writer?
no,
That 80s?
no. I was with them. I was with that movement as an activist. But during 81, my third daughter, Aisha, was born. And at this time, though I had all the opportunities to go out and to be, I was not getting any opening anywhere. So that's why I was highly depressed. And daughter also born, Aisha, and it was a signal that I could do nothing except giving birth to children. That is my only potentiality, I thought myself. And of course, I loved my daughters. I loved their company, and I was very happy with them. Everything, because daughters, they are beautiful daughters, and they are highly educated girls, and they knew how I loved them. Everything, in spite of it, I was wondering, am I limited to the role of mother only? Don't I have any other life than this? That was what worrying me. And after her birth, once again, there were some symptoms of hysteria in me. That my husband sensed it. He is highly sensitive when it comes to my moods or my health or some such thing. He is highly sensitive, and he
mood swing, right?
Yes, always I'll be. I had the mood swings at that time, and he thought she may develop hysteria, proper hysteria. He was apprehensive about it. So as usual, one day he brought so many magazines. So he was trying out of the way to make me happy and to make me cheerful, everything. And he brought some magazines to me once again. She was, I think, she was about 1 month baby, child, infant, Aisha. And he brought so many magazines to me, and he said, "See, this is a magazine, weekly, that is Lankesh Patrike. It is not like a regular magazine. It is something special. If you want, you can read it, and really you will be happy this reading." Then I read it. I thought it is something different, and something special, I thought myself. And it so happened, always I was not worried about myself. I used to worry about the society a lot, about the sufferings of society a lot. At that time, there was an issue. There was a lady by name Najma Bhangi from Bijapur, and it seems she was a high school teacher at that time. And there at Bijapur, there was a committee called Naujawan Committee of Muslim youngsters committee, and they dictated that women should not go to films. And this lady Najma Bhange, She went to film. So they started, punishing activities against her, and they threatened her and did so many things. And it all got reported in the newspapers like Prajavani and all those in Kannada media. And one day it so happened, they, disconnected the tap connection to her home and stopped water connection to her. Then I got enraged. See, how can they do these things? How can they do what right they have got? I got so enraged, and that was the time when my husband brought that magazine to me. So I thought, whatever may happen, I will record my feelings and my protest against these activities. And keeping my child in my lap, I started writing. I wrote, even at that time I wrote whether recreation is prohibited in Islam. And I quoted one or two incidents of Prophet Muhammad in that my article. And I saw the address, and by that time I was aware how to write and how to send everything. So I sent it to Lankesh, and I was happy. I was relieved. Oh, I have done something. And
you were actually contributing for that magazine.
yes, at first I wrote that article, and the same within 2 or 3 days that issue was to come, and it was got printed immediately within 2 to 3 days. And I was
the heading or something like that.
No, nothing like that, nothing like that. And I was so happy. I was so happy when I started reading it. I said, "Yeah, how I written this?" And earlier to that, when I was in Bandaya Sahitya Sangatne, the same old questions haunted me, like what to write, how to write, what characters I have to write, and what should be the backdrop, what should be the, in Arabi Bistro, I use one Muslim lady advocate, her children, the sequences, everything. I have to make it interesting. No? What to use, I never knew. So we had many workshops in this Bandaya Sahitya Sangate. Then we used to ask questions to stalwarts there. And I used to, what subject should I write? Then they discussed with us, and clarity started to come to me. They said, write about you, write about your surrounding, write about your mother, write about your women folk, write about your youths, you are saying day to day, and you write about your mohalla environment, everything when they said, then it started to dawn on me that I can go this way. Then another question haunted me. What names should I use? Till then, it was so happened, there were only some Hindu male writers who dominated the entire Kannada literature. And even there were very few Muslim male writers, and they expressed in the same way as these Brahminical writers or Hindu writers. And at that time, even the Muslim male writers used to write as per the expression of Hindu writers only.
Okay.
They never had their own route. They never had any route maps. They followed them, that's all. But when I and my generation started to write, due to the influence of Bandaya and all these movements, we started to write differently. We started to write about our mohallas. I reside in a mohalla because I am a third generation here, and my ancestors also lived here, and almost all of these people are my relatives or friends like this, and we remained here itself. And here, my protagonist, she was a Muslim lady. And further, we had to find out what names I should be given to them. I started to give Muslim names. And issues are the same. I tell you one thing. If a woman is harassed, she is tortured, she is censored, and she was made into a bonded slave of the man. It is the same strategy of all the men and all the society, irrespective of caste, creed, region, and religion. It is the same, but the names differ, circumstances differ, only the ceremonies differ, some thought process differ, that's all. And so I started to give the name of Muslim only, and in the backdrop of a funeral or a marriage or a feast or some social issue, it started winding up.
It's not about that identity alone.
Alone.
Yeah, it can be
It
adapted.
is universality is there.
Yeah.
Universality is there. And issues are the same.
Yeah.
Issues are the same. And even negligence towards the women folk, it is also the same. Because she was not allowed to become a doctor, she was not allowed to become a lawyer, she was not allowed to become a singer or dancer or a writer, anybody. She was not allowed. She wanted her the mainly one role of procreation and service. If you want to go crossing these borders, she would revert it back to her place with violence. That violence I challenged, and thereby it's an interaction. All my stories, they are interaction to some social circumstances, the then prevailing social circumstances, and I wrote it in a very creative manner. So
there are some cruel models like
yes,
that Didi, that taste of heaven, that Didi.
Yes.
She was married even before her periods.
Yes. There are some cruel models also. Yes. And there are some genuine persons also. I don't say all men are bad, all women are good. It's not my classification. There are women as bad as men, and there are women who inherit the male violent nature, and there are male who inherit the qualities of female with love, care, everything. And when my first baby girl was born, my father stood at the door of the labor ward. Whole night he was standing there, responding to my every call. So there are so many fathers who are motherly in nature. That thing also I have noted down.
Oh, so for you, your father is the hero.
Yes. He was just like my husband.
Oh.
He was more mature. He was highly.
Is he there in any of the stories?
Regarding him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Father?
In my novel, a Kubra.
Oh.
Kubra novel, I have portrayed him.
Okay.
Kubra novel.
Okay.
And why I have not published it as an independent book is it was serialized in Lankesh Patrike.
Oh.
Why I have not published as an independent book is I am bringing second part of it. That's why it will be published in total.
Okay.
So he was my friend,
so you were,
my guide, and what we say, and he was all in all to me.
So you were contributing some articles to Lankesh Patrike, or
No, I was the reporter for 10 years. I was reporting him
10 years. From the
10
year?
years.
From the year?
From 81, that is 81 when your daughter was born, 81 to 90.
90. Okay.
In the meanwhile, I got admission to law college during 78. During 78, when I returned from my in-laws home to my maternal government, that is M. Krishna Law College.
Yeah. Hasan
only. And that was a evening college.
M. Krishna Law.
M. Krishna Law College. And my husband,
It's in
he wanted me to study law.
Okay. It's in which year? This Polytechnic?
78. After birth of my son, Tahir, 87. 87. Though I joined in 78,
Yeah.
I just completed the course and left the subjects to their fate only. And during
You completed in which year?
87.
87.
87, when my son was born,
Okay.
I had subjects to cover of first year, second year, and third year. About 18 subjects were there. Even before for Muslim women, the elders in our household families, they restrict us to be to take rest till 40 days. They won't allow them to read. They won't allow them to go out or do any such thing. They are restricted
Just
to.
like that after Hajj.
Yes.
40 days.
Yes, 40 days. Shaista.
Yeah.
Shaista.
That is.
Even then, after 1 month, I started reading. And my mother was so, afraid that my eye would go, or I will encounter some nervous background, everything. She used to come and tell me, no, don't read now, don't read now. Let 40 days be over. Then I said, then the examination came, 87. He was born in September, then some examination came. And it was so happened, today will be the examination, afternoon I will get the time. Tomorrow will be holiday. Day after tomorrow I have to go for second paper only. Only studying in 1.5 days, I completed all my subjects. Even in spite of my mother's request, everything, I completed it. And when result came, I was through. But I didn't got, enrolled till 1990. Even though I completed it, I was working with these people, with these movements, and Lankesh. And during 19...
Actually, Lankesh introduced to this Bandai movement and all?
No. It was on my own. It was here, very active. And I was interested in it. All my Dalit friends were there. And these farmers, agricultural movements friends were there. And Kannada movement was our own. Bandaya Sahitya movement was... somehow I was a part and parcel of all these movements. Afterwards, I came into contact with Lankesh.
Was a hot seat for all.
Yes. It was a hot seat. And further, in 1990, I think Lankesh, he never published 1 or 2 of my articles which I sent of these farmers' protests, because he had some, controversy with Professor Nanjund Swami. Then I asked him, why are you doing like that? I will not be having any reputation to work in the field if you do like this. And he said something, and I got offended. And there was no exchange of words or any such thing. I stopped rating him. Then once again there was a big vacuum before him. What shall I do now?
Yeah.
What shall I do now? But when reporting to Lankesh, simultaneously I was writing stories also. They got published in Lankesh Patrike, Prajavani, in all, big names. They were the big names at that time. Even now Prajavani is the leading newspaper. They got published. But in the book shape it was not published. From 81, 82 itself I started writing. And there used to be every, in every Deepavali Sanchike, a special issue, or Yugadi Sanchike, there used to be my story. And in normal Sunday editions also there used to be my story. And there was no publisher who could publish my stories. And then there was one person by the name Nagbhushan. He came to me and he said, Ma'am, give me your stories, I will publish it. And he published it in 1990. He is no more now. His wife is there, Savita Nagbhushan. His wife. And he was gem of a person. He published my first collection. And afterwards, there was demand. And for my second collection, Benki Male, it won many awards. So this is one where that one Prashasti, Sudha Murthy Prashasti, that was also for Benki Male. That is Infosys Foundation Prashasti. And that one also there is S.M. Krishna and Rani Satish. She was the Kannada and Cultural Minister. And all of the Benki. That is also stories are also there. That Mutwalli story, and that one that woman who agitates before the masks, black cobras.
Wow, Black Cobra.
They are-
It has become a movie also.
Yes, it has become a movie by name Hasina. Have you seen it? Have you seen it?
I haven't.
Yeah.
I will watch.
Yeah, there is a link. It is in the YouTube. There is a link. I will send it to you. And 3 national awards it won.
So this Black Cobra appeared in this second collection.
Second collection, Benki Male. And I wrote even poems also. A collection has come.
What is it called?
Vadde Kannina Bagina. Vadde Kannina Bagina.
Magina is that the
That they give in
Kaveri
Yeah, that Bagna.
Bagina. Normally they give it from maternal home to married daughters.
wet dice, soft dice.
So this is moist dice or soaked dice. Bagina.
Okay. That, my next question is like, it's more of a poem. This thing is, though you are writing this prose, this thing, most of the stories appears like a poem.
Oh, thank you.
Especially the last one. That
Yes.
yeah.
B1 Sevman.
Yeah. As a Malayali, I read it like a Bashirian story. You heard of Vaikam Muhammad Bashir, right?
Yeah, Vaikam, yes.
Bashir, yeah.
Yeah.
Lot of creatures you have created. That's a style he writes stories.
Okay.
And it's much resembles
Thank
like
you.
Bashir. Yeah.
So there one thing you might have observed. I never attributed to any community. No name is given there.
Yeah.
No, it's not particular to about any region or religion or caste or
Let me
anything.
ask one more thing. You have used some usages like that Mecca incident while buying that carpet. You used that Ayyappa and all.
Ayyappa.
And in some other story,
Calling
that brother Shakuni and all. This is all adaptation from your surrounding, or you have adapted from some other literatures?
No, it's my adaptation
Only.
because
It's there in your
normally it is in Dakhni Urdu. My mother tongue is Dakhni Urdu.
Okay.
In Dakhni Urdu,
Yeah.
we are not strict about the usage of language because in UP, Delhi, Lucknow, they have got different Urdu.
Okay.
They are very particular about say what shishta ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ ನೀವು pure Urdu. They are worried about pure Urdu, whereas we are not.
Yeah.
In Dakhni Urdu, there are Kannada words, Marathi words, local colloquial any words. Now you can say tirgna, tirugodu is a Kannada word. That means wandering. So we call, if any of my sister or my daughter comes after some time, where are you wandering? That Kannada word tirgat, it comes into Urdu also. Naturally we adopt the Kannada.
Why you are so much comfortable in writing in Kannada, being this Urdu?
Yeah, because I never learned Urdu as a language in school.
Okay.
I learned it only my father and my grandfather. They wanted me to learn Urdu and Arabic because to be a pious Muslim woman, to be a obedient Muslim woman, which I am not.
Now it's clear you are a born rebel.
Yes. Yeah. But they taught me. My grandfather, he was much worried because my father admitted me to the Kannada school, Kannada convent, and my grandfather was worried. Oh, why this man is experimenting with a female child of our family? She has to get married. She has to go and live in her husband's home. She has to be very humble. And he has got admitted to her into Kannada language. And if she doesn't understand and study Diniyat, that is
Really, that
Diniyat, that literature is completely in Urdu. Then what will happen to this child? He was worried about me. So he taught me Urdu. He was a teacher. He taught me, and a Qazi. He built a mosque, it was about 150 years old. Now it was demolished and a new mosque they have constructed. It was small and it was now demolished without our notice, and we could have taken some photographs, everything. So that's why I studied Kannada only as a language in school with grammar. That's why I am comfortable with Kannada. I can express only in Kannada, not in Urdu. But I have translated from Urdu. And there is 200 to 500 pages of Tarikh-e-Farishta written in Urdu, that to highly Persianized Urdu. And I have translated those 500 pages into Kannada.
what is it called?
Tarikh means history. History. Tarikh-e-Farishta. I will show you those books. Farishta, he visited India during Bahmani kingdom. He stayed in Bijapur.
Oh,
And he wrote about 7,000 pages of history, Indian history, South Asian history. And those manuscripts are preserved in Salarjung Museum at Hyderabad. And our minister, M.B. Patil, he secured those manuscripts from this one, the Salarjung Museum. And here, when M.M. Kalburgi was alive, he engaged 7 of us to translate it from Urdu to Kannada. And further, another set of 1,750 pages, once again it was distributed among us to translate it from Urdu to Kannada. And I have translated 2 volumes of each 250 pages. Yeah, I am comfortable in reading, studying, understanding
so
everything.
that understanding of Urdu has become an added advantage.
Yes,
in writing.
yes, sure. But you see, I have imbibed lot from Kannada literature, and our society, and from these movements, the social movements, they have influenced me a lot. Earlier, I used to write about the patriarchy among Muslims. Most of the stories,
Yeah.
I have challenged this
That
patriarchy.
much of a chauvinistic religion.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Now I am probing about the media and Muslims. How media has wronged Muslims. Of late, I saw a photograph of a aged person having garland everything in his and there was a small girl of about 10 or 12 years old. She was also garlanded, and they were side by side, and its photograph was published and says, see this halka badi maga marrying, doesn't have teeth in his one and marrying such a small kid. Why POCSO case is not filed against him? But I know as a Muslim that this is the photograph of.
This is part of some propagandas.
No, actually this is the photograph of a teacher, Ustad, and his disciple. When normally Quran is completed by the children, Muslims make their children to study Quran at the early age itself. From 5 years only they start teaching them Quran. And this is how when they reach the age of about 10 years, 3 times that Quran will be revised. With she or he will be able to pronounce it without any mistakes. At that time, her family members, they want to announce that she has been graduated in Quran. So that's why they arrange a ceremony, and they invite all the guests, and they will arrange for a big dinner. And at that time, they garland the Ustad who has taught her Quran, and they will gift him clothes. They will give him some amount because he will be a very poor Arabic teacher, and both they get photographed. That is why they respect the teacher who has taught their child. And he says there, what will happen to that baby girl who they predict like this. And they know, they can understand it is not the duty of a journalist to publish a photo and say blah 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 whatever things they like. So on that particular subject, how an entire family suffer, that is coming to me.
That will be a big question which will be asked in future also. This amalgamation of this 12 stories. It's long written on the 90s, and there is a story written on 2023.
Yes.
It's a mix of all that.
Yes.
That society has changed a lot.
Yes.
Even somebody will come as it's published and it's written like long listed for a book. Somebody will come and question this thing because the religion has changed a lot.
Yes, it has changed a lot. But even issues are the same.
But nowadays, a lot of propagandas are running against the religion.
Propagandas are running. And now...
is there an incident like some religious man tried to stab you or something like that?
He is not a religious man.
No.
Actually, there was a big issue.
Incident.
A big issue. They slapped a fatwa against me. Because I upheld the rights of a Muslim woman to pray in mosque. Some interview for Benki Malaya, I got various awards.
Okay.
At that time,
it's at what 90s. Oh.
It was not in 90. It was in 2000.
2000. Okay. So the incident happened in 2000.
2000.
Yeah. Why you pardoned that guy?
What?
It's like you pardoned that regarding that evidence part. You did some compromise on that, right?
Yeah, to that accused.
Yeah. Being an advocate.
Yes.
And in a courtroom, why you pardoned such behaviors?
Because
in writing you were like a big rebel.
Yes, I could have punished him. Yes, I could have said that he is punished. Because it was a 307 case that was filed against him. And I have got even that file even with me, because I have not entirely written in that this one, autobiography. I have written it, somewhere it is here. The thing is, he tried to stab me. But somehow that day my husband was inside the home. Actually,
it happened?
No, not in my mother's home.
Okay.
Where in the same way there is an entrance for the clients to enter, and I have got a door to enter into home. And normally my chair will be like this so that I can easily enter there. In that way, when he came and he with a big knife and he wanted to stab me only to gain popularity. He has nothing to do with this fatwa, and he is not at all a religious person. He is a non-entity. Actually, his reputation is very bad. He was a known criminal. He was lot of criminal cases against him, and his reputation was he can eat a snake alive. Like that, I think he is some mental case or some such thing.
That fatwa was purely based on on your stories, or
that my statement that women are Muslim women are entitled to enter mosque and pray
okay,
only, that thing. So that's why my daughter, she was Lubna, she was practicing with me. She was in our office here. I think he started requesting her whenever they brought him to the court. He used to ask somebody to call Lubna madam, and he would request her, please ask your mom to pardon me. I have got small children. I am already in jail for 2 or 3 years. And now she will send me to jail permanently. Uska chalega, and I will be suffering like that. And Lubna used to coax me. Lubna used to plead, and she became his advocate. She used to say, no, mom, please forgive him. Due to some trivial things like getting fast popularity or some such thing, and to gain more popularity among Muslims, but nobody helped him. Nobody came to his rescue. It was his assumption and presumption that I will become a hero in the community, but no such thing happened. Nobody supported him. And so Lubna started pleading him, and somehow I also saw his plight, and I thought, let him go. And that's why I told judge, but she was very angry. Now she has come once again transferred to our court as a district judge. She called me to the chamber and said, how is your accused? I said, no, ma'am, he never turned up. Like that. And while going, I was entering my gate. I saw him standing by the gate. So I never stopped. I continued. And I went away, and I went to shop and asked my husband to accompany me, and he started driving. And I was beside him. When we came near how he was standing there, I said, why you are standing here? Is it not enough for you? I said, no, I am going to home. It is since 2 years I was away, and I am going now. Please give me 600 rupees. I want to get some fruits or sweets to my children. And my husband laughed, and I gave him 600 rupees, and get lost, don't show your face to me. Otherwise, I just threatened him, you will face consequences, and he went away and he never came back. And see, I've got so many, incidents. Sometimes it feels, is it really happened, or am I rating some filmy incidents? I question myself.
Coming to this Adlan, in which story you are there the most?
Which
story you find yourself the most?
I am everywhere. I cannot say here I am here, I am there, I am not here, I am here. I am everywhere. Something of me is present in every story. Something I want to share, I want to say, I want to cry over, I want to be happy, everything,
just like this, Muslim women entering this mosque and all. In some of the lines, there is some reference of even in the first story that
Shaista.
Shaista, you were doing a passing reference like that the most oblige wife will be like licking the wounds of her.
Yes. That is what they teach. But that is not the part of Islam. Okay. Islam never says that. Okay. Only some old hadith, which is not, see, you cannot simply state a hadith. You have to say, when you cannot quote a hadith on your own, you have to say, you have to give reference.
These are all interpretations.
When it was narrated, by whom it was narrated, by whom it was seconded, no such references is there. No such references. Simply these people start telling so many things, attributing it to the religion. That is what I say. There is a original Islam that I have said, in that Black Cobras, the woman who knows zinat or someone, she says, when a girl child is born to anybody, it is as if the Prophet has sent salam to that person. It is such a great thing. You just imagine if Prophet says salam to some somebody, it's the greatest thing. And there are also quotations which says, if a person has got two daughters and if he gets them educated, if he gets them married as per their choice, he will be during Qayamat like this. That like this means he will be my friend. He will be like this. I will be kith and kin to him. Like that, a girl child is held because there was a practice in Arabia. They would bury a living child in the sand earlier to Prophet. So Prophet wanted to demolish those myths, and he gave a lot of superiority to girl child. So when I wrote that, Zina says, it is a salam from Prophet you are getting. She says, a poor woman like me, how many times she should get salam from Prophet?
Say me something about your association with Deepa.
Deepa, I never knew her.
Okay.
Some common friend like Baso Biradar, he was a journalist. He is a journalist actually. And he came to interview me on hijab issue. And he has written a very good article about that interview that is available in Google. So I asked him whether he is interested to translate any of my short stories, because I don't know why there was a short, there was a heavy notion every time was gnawing at me to get it translated. There was a feeling like that. So I asked him whether he is interested to translate any of my books, stories. He said, right now he is busy in a project. So he suggested Deepa Bhasti.
Okay.
And I never knew her. And immediately I called her and spoke to her, and I sent this book to her. And she said, I will go through and inform. I never knew whether about her qualities or abilities to translate this book, everything. When she read it, she was highly impressed. She said some of the stories are, I think that entire environment and the construction of the story, everything is very appealing. I'm very happy to translate your works. She said, I will do it. Then next step was, she translated Heart Lamp. And at that time, I was not well. I had some cardiac issue, and I had been to 2022. I had been to my daughter's home at Bahrain. There, coming out of the restaurant, I fell down, and I had a heart attack. Everything, and I was a stent was fitted to me. Then they asked me, she is having 2 more blockages. She has to be operated.
Oh.
And that time, all the 3 girls, I never knew it. All the 3 of them came one by one and took hold of me and took to Manipal hospital. And they, the day when we were going to hospital, operation date was fixed, everything. When we were going, Deepa called me. And she said, please give me permission. This is last day. I want to send your story to a competition, and your permission letter is there. And I was in no mood. I said, whatever you want, Deepa, please send it to me in writing, and I'll send you a reply. And one of my daughter attended, and she sent the reply. And after 1 month of the surgery and 1 month of this thing, my surgery was done during October. This September, October, now or December, it was long listed. She said, our story is long listed for.
She got that translation award also for this thing.
That one, there is one for pen.
Okay, pen.
English pen.
Yeah.
Our thing, it was
same.
short, Heart Lamp, one story, only one story.
Yeah, okay.
One story has won pen English Pen Award for translation. And the part of the project was the same publisher. I mean, they would publish it, one book of that author, translated into English. Yes, she got an award. And after once again, she translated 11 stories. And 12 stories were published, and there came an agent, Kanishka Gupta, and he negotiated all the dealings. And he found one publisher at UK by And Other Stories. It is headed by a reputed couple, one Tara, and Michael. And it seems they have got very keen interest in literature. And particularly Tara, she wanted it to be taken up. She was highly impressed by these stories. And when they took it for publication rights to UK and US, for South Asia, this Penguin Random House, they took it. And further, we never knew, somewhere Deepa expressed it may go to Booker. Where is Booker and where is we are and how to dream about Booker. He said, I'll just forget about it. She said, it may go, it may be submitted, okay. Submission ko kya lagta hai? It would go that. And when one day we were working here, Kanishka and Michael, everybody called, they were shouting like normally Michael and Tara, they won't shout, they were shouting like, congratulations, your man long. What long list? What long? Then my daughter started calling. They also saw the news and they started calling, Mama, this is the long list. This is the long, this is okay. And this is the process we are going now. It is took about from 2022 to 2025, 3 years.
What is the project next?
Next they are asking about 24 of my stories. They want to bring one volume like this. Yes. Who? Penguin. Or I don't know. Penguin. But Kanishka is demanding, and we have not yet signed any agreement. That's why I think he will do the agreement both with And Other Stories and this also. In the main
24 other stories.
24 stories out of this.
Out of that.
Yeah, and even there are about a 7th collection is also coming, my 7th collection in Kannada.
What is it called?
I have not yet named it. It is coming, means I'm working at it. And
this book is just without footnotes, we are putting it into.
Yes, without footnotes. I think it would have helped the English readers if some footnotes would have given. I don't know. But there are some, I don't know. We have to see the reactions this time. Footnotes should be given. That's my personal opinion. I don't know how the readers feel. I don't know. And it is something like experiment. We have to wait for their opinions also. Then we can go for footnotes, or we can retain as it is in our next collection. We are also not aware about that fact. And now, right now,
people will think like you have rebelliously put it like this only.
Yes.
This is all about what talking about some universal religion and lifestyles.
Yes.
So it's same everywhere.
Yes.
In that context, it doesn't need a.
It doesn't need, and the English speaking people, they are somewhat they have got some exploring knowledge. They will go and explore what it is. They are not like us with full of comfort zone. We don't live, but they will explore.
In modern day reading, if somebody is reading in Kindle will suggest what it was. Thing automatically.
Now there are about 7 or 8 Indian languages. It is going to be translated. they
Any
have,
project in
they,
Malayalam?
they are,
This thing?
yes.
Adla.
This DC books.
Already signed.
Yes, not at side,
Okay.
negotiating, and it seems the DC director, editor, whoever it is, he has
Maybe
gone
call
to
you.
some Sharjah on some meeting, and our this one is waiting. Agent is waiting his return, and I have said him to wait till May 20th. I have asked him to wait. We can do all the procedure, signing everything. After 20th, I have told him to wait till 20th. Let us see what will happen.
So all the best, ma'am.
Thank you.